a love letter to the faces that raised an entire generation. It's hard to believe how fast the years slip through our fingers. Some of us were just kids when Harry Potter first appeared on the big screen in 2001, clutching our popcorn and whispering spells we barely knew how to pronounce. Now here we are in 2026. Older, wiser, and carrying those magical memories like fragile treasures in our hearts. For many of us, Hogwarts was more than a school of witchcraft and wizardry. It was a sanctuary, a place we escaped to after long days. A world where friendship, courage, and kindness always found their way home. Today, let's step away from the noise of the modern world, honor the brilliant cast who shaped who we are, and see their beautiful journeys in 2026. Bringing absolute magic to our screens at number 1 is Daniel Radcliffe. When Daniel Radcliffe first stepped into Hogwarts robes in 2001, he was just 12 years old, a shy boy suddenly carrying the hopes of an entire magical universe. Now, in 2026, at 36, Daniel carries the years with quiet confidence and grace, proving that growing older can be a beautiful adventure. But Harry Potter was never just a hero with a lightning scar. For millions of children, Harry represented courage during uncertain times, the quiet belief that even the smallest among us can stand up to darkness. Rather than being trapped by fame, Daniel embraced creative freedom, pursuing thoughtful theater work, independent films, and storytelling projects that show his deep love for the craft. At number 2, the irreplaceable soul of the story, Emma Watson. When Emma Watson first appeared as Hermione Granger in 2001, she was only 11 years old, delivering intelligence and warmth beyond her years. In 2026, at 35, Emma continues to age beautifully, carrying herself with the grace of someone who understands that wisdom grows quietly with time. Hermione was more than the cleverest witch of her age. She was a reminder to every young dreamer that intelligence, compassion, and bravery belong together. Instead of chasing constant spotlight, Emma devoted much of her life to education, humanitarian advocacy, and meaningful storytelling, proving that real influence is measured by the lives we uplift. Next up at number 3, our beloved Rupert Grint. When audiences met Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley in 2001, he was 13 years old, bringing warmth, humor, and a wonderfully imperfect charm. By 2026, at age 37, Rupert carries the same gentle spirit that made Ron feel like the friend we all wished we had. Ron reminded us that bravery doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it looks like loyalty, standing beside your friends even when you're scared. Today, Rupert enjoys acting at his own pace and cherishes a quieter life, focusing on family and thoughtful projects that bring him genuine happiness. At number 4, the irreplaceable heart of Hogwarts, Robbie Coltrane. When Robbie Coltrane first appeared as Hagrid in 2001, he was 51 years old, bringing warmth and enormous heart to the beloved giant. Robbie left this world in 2022 at the age of 72, but his spirit remains alive in every gentle smile Hagrid shared with Harry and his friends. Hagrid was comfort personified, a reminder that kindness can be enormous, protective, and endlessly patient. They may have left this world, but every time we press play, they come back to life, wrapping us in the warmth of our childhood. Next up at number 5, our beloved Alan Rickman. When Alan Rickman first portrayed Severus Snape in 2001, he was 55 years old, bringing mysterious depth to one of cinema's most unforgettable characters. Alan departed from this world in 2016 at age 69. But the quiet brilliance of his performance continues to echo across generations. Snape reminded us that the deepest forms of love are often silent, hidden beneath sacrifice and years of quiet loyalty. They may have left this world, but every time we press play, they come back to life, wrapping us in the warmth of our childhood. At number 6, the wise guardian of Hogwarts, Maggie Smith. When Maggie Smith appeared as Professor McGonagall in 2001, she was 67 years old, carrying into Hogwarts a presence so elegant, so steady, that it felt like the castle itself had found its voice. With just a look over her glasses, she could command an entire classroom, yet behind that stern grace lived a quiet warmth that made every student feel protected. Dame Maggie Smith left this world in 2024 at the age of 89. But the dignity and brilliance she brought to the screen will forever remain woven into the halls of Hogwarts. Professor McGonagall reminded us that true authority is never loud or cruel. It is calm wisdom, fierce loyalty, and a heart that quietly stands between children and danger. They may have left this world, but every time we press play, they come back to life, wrapping us in the warmth of our childhood and guiding us through the corridors of Hogwarts once more. Next up at number 7, our beloved Tom Felton. When Tom Felton stepped into the role of Draco Malfoy in 2001, he was 14 years old. In 2026, at 38, Tom continues to age with remarkable charm and humility. Draco showed us that even those who seem proud or distant may carry hidden struggles, a reminder that empathy often reveals deeper truths. Today, Tom continues acting, making music, and connecting warmly with fans who grew up alongside him. At number 8, the unforgettable villain, Ralph Fiennes. When Ralph Fiennes first appeared as Lord Voldemort in 2005, he was 42 years old. In 2026, at 63, Ralph remains one of the most respected actors in the world, aging with incredible elegance. Even as the Dark Lord, his performance reminded us how powerful storytelling can be when talent meets imagination. Next up at number 9, our beloved Gary Oldman. When Gary Oldman appeared as Sirius Black in 2004, he was 43 years old. Now, in 2026, at 68, he continues to embody artistic brilliance with grace and quiet strength. Sirius Black symbolized the kind of parental love many children longed for, protective, loyal, and fiercely devoted. At number 10, the gentle soul, Bonnie Wright. When Bonnie Wright debuted as Ginny Weasley in 2001, she was only 10 years old. In 2026, at 35, Bonnie radiates calm confidence and creative maturity. Ginny reminded us that quiet strength often grows into powerful leadership. Today, Bonnie has embraced filmmaking and environmental advocacy, proving that meaningful creativity often blossoms behind the camera. Next up at number 11, our beloved Matthew Lewis. When Matthew Lewis first appeared as Neville Longbottom in 2001, he was 12 years old. In 2026, at 36, he carries the years with warmth and humor. Neville's journey showed every shy child watching that courage grows slowly, quietly, until one day it blooms. At number 12, the charming twin, James E. Phelps. When James Phelps appeared as Fred Weasley in 2001, he was 15 years old. In 2026, at 40, he continues to embrace life with the same playful spirit that made the Weasley twins unforgettable. Fred reminded us that laughter is sometimes the bravest magic of all. Next up at number 13, our beloved Oliver Phelps. Also 15 during filming, Oliver brought George Weasley to life with equal humor and heart. In 2026, at 40, he continues to share joyful memories with fans around the world. George reminded us that family and friendship are the greatest magic we ever receive. At number 14, the mischievous poltergeist of our memories, Jason Isaacs. When Jason Isaacs portrayed Lucius Malfoy in 2002, he was 38 years old. In 2026, at 62, he remains a commanding presence in film and television. Lucius showed us how powerful storytelling becomes when even villains feel complex and human. Finally, at number 15, the gentle matriarch, Julie Walters. When Julie Walters first played Molly Weasley in 2001, she was 51 years old. Now in 2026, at 76, she continues to embody warmth and grace. Molly reminded millions of viewers what unconditional maternal love looks like: protective, fierce, and endlessly comforting. Time for a confession. Which cast member was your absolute biggest childhood crush growing up? Don't be shy. Let's give them their flowers in the comments. And one more question from the heart. If you could go back in time to the exact living room where you first watched Harry Potter, who would be sitting next to you on the couch? Honor your loved ones and share those golden movie night memories below. Subscribe to keep our beautiful childhood alive.